Hi everyone, I'm Jim from Southern Counties Baptist Association. Welcome back to the Fuelcast. In the last video I talked about my journey through burnout, and I'm still on the journey, by the way. Certainly not an expert, don't have all the answers, but by the grace of God I have been learning some lessons since that time, and I'd love to share some of those with you and hope that they'll be of help to you or someone you know. Check out the previous video to hear my story. You know what really came home to me during my downtime, and it sounds obvious, is that we as humans are designed to work and to rest. You know, this pattern of work, collapse just isn't sustainable. But what I discovered is that slouching in front of the TV hour after hour, you know, what's known as Netflix and chill, doesn't actually give you rest. It's not even about getting enough sleep, crucial though that is. It's also about resting while you're awake. I wonder if you've seen this illustration before. Imagine this tank here is your emotional tank that needs to be kept topped up. I wonder, just think for a moment, what are the things that fill your tank? What are the things that come in the tap at the top that fill the tank up for you? What are the things that when you do them you just feel alive? For me it's playing sports, spending time with friends and family, going for a walk in the woods. And then ever think about what are the things that drain your tank? What are the things that come out this bottom tap? That when you do them you just feel sapped of energy. For me it's having a difficult meeting or a complex project. You know, you only need a most basic understanding of physics to know that you need as many things coming in at the top as coming out to keep your tank topped up. But we don't. What do? Well, when there's more things draining our tank, when this tap is on full, we think, oh, I haven't got time to do the things that fill my tank, I'll stop doing them, and then we get depleted even quicker. So if you're someone like me who normally rushes around, would you allow me to give you one very practical suggestion that transformed my life? You ready? It's very deep. You might need a pen. Take one day a week and slow down. I told you it was deep. Literally walk slowly, talk slowly, even eat slowly. If you're really up for the challenge, then make it a screen-free Sabbath. No phone, no TV, no internet, and just invest in recreation and relationships. Spend time with those you love. Invest in guilt-free me time. Maybe just go to the park and kick the leaves. When was the last time you just kicked the leaves? No important phone calls to make, just waste time. Where you produce nothing and discover that God still loves you anyway. I take a lot of funerals these days, about 100 a year in fact, and I often like to read a poem at funerals that I sometimes wish I could have read to the person before they died. It's not a Christian poem, but I hope you find it helpful. It's called The Dash by Linda Ellis. And she writes this. I read of someone who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend, and they referred to the dates on his coffin from the beginning to the end. And they noted that first came the date of his birth. They spoke of that second date with tears. But they said what mattered most of all was the little dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time he spent alive on earth. And now only those who love him know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? You never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could slow down enough to consider what's true and real, and always try to understand the way other people feel, be less quick to anger, show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read, with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of what they'd say about how you spent your dash? Guys, I realise I don't know you, much less the situations you're facing. I get how hard it is to stay afloat sometime without some preacher telling you to eat more slowly. But I do know that life is short. And sometimes the values of this world are a little upside down. And maybe, just maybe, there's a better way. In the next video, I'm going to talk about the God who calls us into rest in Him. Thanks so much for listening. God bless you.